Just because I love you, it don't mean I trust you. Everybody not to be trusted. Everybody around me thugging. Everybody around me drugging. Everybody around me hustling. Everybody know not to bring no new rigging around me. They say I be bugging. Got racks in the go-yard luggage. Just because I love you, it don't mean I trust you. Everybody not to be trusted.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Uncut with Q, and I'm your host, Quentin Flores. And today, guys, these podcasts that I'm doing recently, my goal is to just start pumping these out. So I get these messages and in my head, and I swear I'm passionate about these things. And so this is your first time listening. This is a real talk episode where I essentially hop on here and I say some shit from my head, and I always feel that it's something valuable. However, we have different variations of shows. Okay, so the first show that we have is more like a long form episode. I'll typically bring on a guest and they'll talk about some of the amazing things that they've done. The second type is short form. I come up here, it's called Real Talk. We have one where we surf the internet. We also have one that's called Mindset. There's a lot of different shows. So if this is your first time listening, make sure you guys go back and you look at some of the episodes that we've done and show us some love, show us some support, share them with a friend. Do everything that you can, all right? Just get the message out there, because that's my goal, is that we reach more people with the podcast. And so, guys, what I want to talk about today, this is something that's always like in my mind, and I always want to share it with you because I go to a lot of real estate conventions, and because I've been able to make a lot of different videos and a lot of content, I think I've helped a lot of you that are watching this close and fund your first real estate deal. I'm damn grateful for that time in my life where I was literally just talking about nothing but real estate, which I'll get back to that eventually, but this right here is something that's just super different because I get to speak from my heart, and I think it's a great opportunity for you guys to get to know a little bit about me, you know. But at the beginning of everything, no matter what it is that you do, most of you guys that are watching this, you're trying to start a business, you're trying to start your fitness, right? Or maybe you're just trying to make better decisions and take better steps in different directions that are more like fulfilling, you know, and this is for anybody. But whenever I go to these real estate conventions, I meet kids all the time, and sometimes some people, they're just getting into the business, right? And so if you're getting into the business, man, first and foremost, it's like being born again. The day that you decide to start a company is like the day that life just starts again. All right. And so I've gotten this question a lot, and I want to share this with you guys. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I've been asked before is, how can I close more real estate deals? Right. And so this is the truth. And this is a reality that is hard for a lot of you to understand. You cannot scale something if you have never measured it. And so you got to measure everything in life. Not just what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, but I'm talking about like what you've already done. Not what you're doing, what you've done. You see, what you've done before is going to tell you what's going to happen in the future. And this is the reality, all right? And so what exactly does that mean? Well, if you knew what it took for you to close one real estate deal, then all you would have to do is duplicate those efforts by 5, and now you can close 5 real estate deals. And I know this sounds crazy, but let me tell you something. At the beginning, you don't need to track. It's about just getting yourself off the fucking couch, logging into a computer, putting on your headset, making as many calls as you possibly can until you close your first one. Now, if you can have the opportunity of listening to a podcast like this and you can do something different, I would say tally it up. Tally up every single call, every single no, every single yes, every single person that you've talked to. Tally it up, so that you can go back and you can see the results of every single session, and then give yourself a time frame that you're going to allow yourself to be in there. All right. And so again, you cannot scale what you've never measured. At the beginning, it's about getting the routine going. But then if you want to scale it, eventually you're going to have to measure it. All right. A lot of you guys that are listening to this, you're closing your first deal. You're having your first day in the gym. There's a lot of things. And I remember it like yesterday. I remember the first time that I ever got a gym membership. It was the day after Thanksgiving. The year was 2020. And I decided while I was driving all the way to the office, I was going to work the next day because everybody else was just at home. And I said, you know what? My buddy was like, dude, we just passed by the gym. You won't turn around and get a gym membership. And I remember I whipped a fat Yui and I pulled into LA Fitness and I signed up for a gym membership. They gave me a tour of the entire facility. Mind you, up until this point, I had been out of the gym for years. I'm talking like at least a decade. I think the last time that I had stepped into a gym, I was probably about 20 years old prior to me overdosing on cocaine. And that was one of the reasons why I stopped working out and I stopped being physical, was because I was afraid to. I had anxiety toward pushing myself into the gym. And so it's crazy, you know? So like at the beginning, I just wanted to create my own routine. I didn't really have somebody to guide me and give me a routine. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to start going. And for me, I just decided to go to LA Fitness, and I would go 3 times, sometimes 4 times a week, sometimes 5, sometimes once. But the point is I had to get the habit going. You see, life in business is recreating habits. That's what it is. All right. And so for me, I had to figure out what it was that I was going to do. But for me to do it, I needed to at least just fucking start. I would walk in and I didn't know any of the machines. I didn't know how to use any of these new equipment. None of this stuff was around when I was lifting weights in the early 2000s, early 2010s, right? And so for me, it was like the fucking completely hieroglyphics, just walking into a machine. Some of them I was using incorrectly because I didn't know anything. And some of the machines I couldn't even fucking fit in. But I knew for a fact that I wanted so badly to just make this a routine. And so I just fucking went. And so doing this, for a solid 6 months, your boy lost about 60 pounds, 10 pounds a month. And I combined it with random diets that I looked up on the internet. I fucking looked up the keto diet, and that was what I decided to do. So all I was eating was literally keto shit. And I just didn't really know exactly what it was that I was trying to do, but I hit a fucking plateau. And so a lot of people, they come up to me at these conventions, and they're like, Hugh, what can I do to close more real estate deals? And it's because you've hit a plateau. And so what did I do? I did what anybody in the right mind would do. I hired a trainer. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to do more. I wanted to be held accountable. I felt that a trainer could take me to that next level. And so I did. I hired a good friend of mine. His name's Zach. He works for a company called HasFit here in San Antonio. And to this day, he's the greatest trainer that I've ever had and the only trainer that I have ever had. He literally taught me every single fucking thing that I know how to do in the gym. And he gave me my routine. And so up until this point, I would go into the gym and I would just do a full body. That's all I would do. I never had a regimen. And so what did Zach do for me? Hiring Zach, Zach gave me metrics and quotas that needed to be honored every single fucking week. He gave me a meal plan and I had to stick to it and I had to eat just that and I couldn't deviate away from the meal plan. So I stuck to the food prep, and over here, I'm sticking to the fucking workout routine. On Mondays, and this is the same schedule that I honor. If you're listening to this, guys, you can honor the same fucking schedule. On Mondays, I do legs. I do 5 different exercises, 4 sets of 15 per exercise. And then on the next week, I shock my body. I switch it up. I do an entirely different routine. Week after that, every 4 weeks, I'm rotating. Every 4 weeks. So 1 week, one set of exercises, second week, second set of exercises, third week, so on and so forth, right? Tuesdays, I do chest. Wednesdays, I do arms and shoulders. Thursdays, I do back. Fridays, I do full core body exercise. I normally focus on the big 3. Anybody who's listening to this who's trying to build strength, the big 3 are very simple. It's bench, squat, deadlift. Those are the 3 core exercises that can build abs and also build overall core strength, which is what you need. And most people don't know that. Saturdays and Sundays, I do low intensity cardio. I'm just walking on a treadmill for about 30 minutes. And this is my routine. Monday through Sunday, I honor this. For years, I had went to the gym with no plan. And when I finally got a trainer to hold me accountable, the plan gave me the results. I went from only losing 60 pounds to now a little bit over 200 pounds. That's where I'm at now, right? But I got measurable quotas that I honor on a week-to-week basis that'll tell me exactly what it is that I'm doing wrong. And I'll know if I'm getting fatter. I'll know if I'm gaining weight. I'll know if my muscles are getting bigger because I'm checking all of these things all of the time. And so this is what it's like when you want to close multiple deals. What do you need to do? You need to create a routine and you need to honor it. 50 sales calls a day, having a minimum of 20 meaningful conversations. You make at least a minimum of 5 offers a day. You send out 1 contract per week. 50 sales calls a day, 20 meaningful conversations, 5 offers a day, 1 contract a week. If you can honor this and you can do this for an extended period of time, what's going to happen is that those things that you're doing, that output is going to snowball and it's going to grow and it's going to grow. And next thing you know, you're going to have multiple closings every single week because you're honoring these quotas and these metrics. You see, if the numbers are there, then the output is irrefutable. I'm telling you guys right now, numbers are the closest thing that we get to the handwriting of God. And when you honor your metrics on a week-by-week basis and you tally this up, then you'll know, is it you or is it the software? Is it the system? Is it your sales tactics? What is it that you have to critique to be able to get the success? It starts by measuring and tracking what it is that you're doing on a Monday through Sunday basis. And if you can do this, I promise you guys, you're going to see massive success in every single area, in fitness, in business. And if you can add this just simple thing where you're recreating not just habits, but I'm talking about irrefutable metrics. I'm talking about things you got to do no matter what. And if you can do that, you'll see the same output. You'll see the same results. You'll see the weight falling off. You'll see the bank account getting bigger. You'll see a lot of things just start to come together for you. But it starts with creating the metrics and then honoring them. And so remember this, for everybody that's listening to this right now, I wanted to give this to you guys because this is something that was given to me. You cannot scale if you have never measured. Why do we sit on a fucking scale when we want to lose weight? It's because we want to know how much we weigh at scale. When we check all the other things, we do our blood work, we check our liver health, thyroid health, our kidney health, our organ health, our gut health. We look at our BMR, right? Our basal metabolic rate. We look at our muscle mass, skeletal muscle mass. What are these things? These are metrics that you can track to be able to assist yourself with losing weight, gaining muscle, putting on fat, however you want to do it, man. It's the metrics are there. If you can figure out how to measure these things, you can scale them. And it's the same shit in the real estate business. It's the same shit in business, period. Create metrics for yourself, honor them, see them through, and I promise everybody that's watching this right now, you're going to get good results in a very, very fast time. All right? So that's my message for you guys today. Go on out there and measure what it is that you're trying to do. Love y'all so much. I'll see you guys on the next one.